Welcome to 24/7 Flat Earth Discord channel. Be sure to go to VC Check and 1 to get your VC verification tags to get involved in the conversation about our Earth. Be sure to bring your verifiable Earth curvature evidence, though.
Enemy spotted.
CRAZYCASON and Swagy return.
Like the edge.
Like the edge. We're gonna do a quick mic check. Y'all hear me okay? Or
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
okay. Who is that? I don't see anybody lighting up. Is it Swagy?
Yeah, it's me.
That's weird, dude. My Discord is a little
I
glitchy.
can't see anyone. Everyone's muted for me. I can't see anyone that's talking to it.
Interesting. How long you so you joined the server August 23rd, 2021. So you've been here for a while. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't come here often, to be honest. So
Cool, man.
to be honest, I'm not a flat earther. I'm a
Fine.
but
It was in 2 days ago. So,
yesterday. It was yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday morning. Yeah. So what's your evidence that you have that the Earth is flat?
Go outside. Sure. Well, Andrew, you want to lead this one? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, just go outside. Do you see any spinning or curving? I don't.
What? So what about the sunset?
Can I say this real quick though, Swaggy? A lot of what we do, a lot of the flat Earth stuff, is a response or rebuttal to globe Earth claims. So I don't think really you can just kind of roll out of bed and skip to a flat Earth. I think you first have to start with what are they claiming it to be? Because a lot of the things that we present will be rebuttals to their claims. For example, say the Black Swan. Is a rebuttal to the claim that the horizon is a geometric physical curve of the Earth. So, like, flat earthers aren't really just coming out and saying, this is this and this is that. We're just saying what they're claiming about X, Y, and Z may not be true.
Exactly.
So,
because you have to have evidence against your point to back up your point. So, what I'm asking, do you think the whole every single planet is flat or just the Earth?
Oh, okay. Well, if you've been here for a couple of years now, that's an interesting question to pose this far into it. You'll be surprised to learn that our position, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think I can safely say that Earth isn't a planet. So there's no other land or other Earth type land up in the sky. So flat Earth doesn't mean everything in space is a disk now, which is kind of a misconception. Flat Earth doesn't go in outer space. It's in the same way that you can't load Halo into a PlayStation. You can't load flat objects into outer space and call that flat Earth. So, like, outer space isn't really a real thing from a flat earther's perspective. It's just a fictional setting, books and movies and video games. But we don't think the Earth exists within a larger space. Most people see the Earth as an object that exists within this large space. I would say Earth is the large space. It's not an object within a larger, quote, universe. I would say Earth is the universe, if you want to call it that.
So I'm going to say something and can you give me an explanation for what I'm about to say? How do you explain, like, different time zones? And the sunset, when you see the sun, go down, and in another world, wait, can I just finish? In the other part of the world,
sun moves.
It's sunsets. Other part of the world, it's daylight. And for me, for example, it would be night. But the sun sets, it goes down.
It appears to. Does it actually go down?
So that's So what do you think it does?
It appears to go down. Does it actually?
Because we're spinning as well. Because we.
Well, how do you know that?
No, dude.
How do you know that?
It's science.
Well, what does science do to show that it's spinning?
No, you did not just say
it
that.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. That doesn't sound like science.
It's not a very rigorous standard for criteria.
To be honest, I didn't do my research. I'm not that deep into the science and outer space. I'm not that deep into it.
So how do you know that there even is any science to support what you're concluding if you're not that deep into it?
Because in my mind, I can't put in my mind that it's flat and it's just
Well,
in space.
because
That doesn't make sense to me.
most people don't really know what flat Earth is, so they're trying to, like I said earlier, they take outer space with all the planets and the globe, and they take the globe out and they swap it in for some type of flat object
Disc,
that they've come up
like
with.
a disc.
That is why you can't quote make sense of it, because that's not compatible. You can't take Halo 3 and put it in a PlayStation 2. They're not compatible. So I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is they're trying to imagine a flat Earth within this previous universe. It doesn't work, bro. You have to start from scratch. The Earth does not move, so it's not within a larger space moving around.
How do you explain the sun moving?
The sun, yeah. So the sun, bro, it's just like the boats. And so people say boats go down over the curve. Well,
Okay.
the whole idea for boats. This is gonna sound funny, but it's like
Yeah, go on.
boats are designed not to sink. So it's like the boat isn't actually going down; it's just going away from you. Same thing with the sun; it's not going down towards the surface of the ground, bro. It's not going under the ground. It's not going under your feet. It's just going away from you. So if you look at a clock,
Yeah.
I don't see spherical clocks. For time zones, I would say it works just like a clock. That's not a sphere. A clock is not a sphere. You understand? So I would say it's probably closer to that.
But
Like
there's a
clock
big
than
difference between a clock and the universe. There's a big difference
No,
between
well, you asked about the Earth and time zones. I don't think time zones happen in the universe, bro. It's on the
time,
Earth.
because
say.
it makes sense. Because how would there be different time zones? One part of the Earth is
Look at a
broad
clock, bro.
daylight.
Just look at a clock. You got 12, 1, 2, 3, all the way around. So imagine
Yeah.
if you live on 12 and I live on 5. Well,
Okay.
you've at one point of the day, the hour hand's going to cross over you, and then it's going to come over me. I would say it probably works closer to that, and the way we're being told. So it's
Can I
like
just
if
say,
the Earth doesn't necessarily have to be circular or like a clock, but not all clocks are circular anyway. But
for me, what you're
the
saying just
idea is
doesn't
that
make
the
sense.
hands move over you. The sun moves. You see
The
the
sun
sun and the
moves.
moon moving.
Do you think the sun is round or flat? So,
Oh,
Define round.
It's not necessarily a dichotomy.
sphere. I want to say. I'll say sphere.
I don't. Well, if I'm being totally honest, bro, if I'm giving you the raw, when I look at the moon, sometimes I'll admit that there are times, very limited times, I look at the moon and say it can look spherical. But I look at the sun, it does not look spherical ever. I've done some sun gazing. Look at the sun pretty often. It doesn't look spherical, not even a little bit. Being totally honest. So no, I don't think the sun's a big sphere, but it also
But
doesn't mean it's a flat disk either. That's a
yeah.
So, Swaggy, do you have any evidence for the Earth being a ball?
I don't really have any evidence, to be honest. I'm just trying to get some research. I haven't done any research. I've known since I was younger, and I've been told the Earth is flat. It's not flat. I mean, it's a sphere. That's what I've been told since I was younger. So
That's what they told you. Did they provide any evidence?
So the evidence is have we not been to the moon? Do you think we have been to the moon or not?
no.
That's a cool story.
So
Bro,
any verification of it?
Life.
Have you seen?
I never
satellites?
thought the moon landing was real.
Do you think
You have
satellites are real?
I don't know. You don't look up and see satellites.
Okay, but have you seen satellites being launched? Have you not?
I mean, you can put things in the sky, bro. It's not impossible to have technology in the sky. That's no problem.
Exactly.
Well, when you say you see something being launched, okay, rocket leaves the ground, therefore Earth is a ball?
What? No, I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we have proof that people on the moon have seen the.
Well, where's the proof of that? There's people who claim that. Where's the proof of that claim?
Then okay, what's the proof of your claim that the Earth is flat?
Go outside. Go to the beach, dude. Do you see any curving water? Any lakes? Any oceans curving? I don't.
What do you mean? Because
it's not a claim, though. You gotta understand. No, you don't know how big the Earth is. So
So, I know it's very big.
A little bit. Well, we're saying it's bigger than you think, but they're claiming the Earth is a very specific size. So
yeah, you might.
No one's measured that. Anyway, exactly. I just want to say real quickly, we're not claiming the Earth is flat. They're claiming the Earth is something very, very specific. It is a globe, it spins, and it has this size, and it exists in this location. we're addressing those claims and saying, well, one, if you're saying that the Earth is so big, where's the measurement for that? There isn't any. We can send you on a goose chase looking for something that's not there, or we can just tell you it's not. No one measured the Earth, so we don't know how big it is.
I was interested. I found this research that says the Earth could be bigger than we actually think, and there's a lot of the Earth we haven't even explored yet. And that philosophy actually really interested me.
Who measured that radius then?
Welcome to Flat Earth.
Yeah, but
it can't be bigger than, like, if the Earth is a globe, they've already, quote, taken all these pictures of it, the Himawari and all these things. It can't just change. They can't just update the DLC like a freaking video game, say it's different now.
Yeah, but I agree. I said it interested me.
Have you noticed, though, Swagy, that when water is at rest, it is flat on its surface?
Yeah, but your eyeball can't see that deep.
So you're saying that you can't see it curve. Can't see it curve, so why do we think it does?
There you go.
Because
why would you think that the water is curving? It's time zones doesn't make water curve, bro. The question is, regardless of whether you can see it or not, because there will be people who say that all water curves, even in your cup. You can't tell. The question is, at what point does the water actually curve like that? Whether you see it or not, when does water actually do that? Bodies of water.
So you can't see with your bare eye.
Then why do you think it does?
Do that? Yeah.
Because the Earth is really, really big. To the point you can't see with the bare eye.
Yeah, you're telling me that it looks flat again. We know that's our point. So why do you think it's curved again?
Because what do you mean?
Well, you're just telling me that it looks flat. You go outside and, well, it just looks flat. Okay, so why are you concluding that it's not?
So if you're saying it's flat, have you ever watched a lunar eclipse?
Yeah, but that doesn't make the surface of the Earth change. What things happen above in the sky. But the question is, brother, I want to ask. So if you're saying that the water is curved and you can't see it, is all water curved? Or is it just oceans or just lakes or what?
The whole Earth.
And down. So all water, even if I put water in a cup, that water is curved too?
No, that's different because that's a flat surface.
So then when we go, what about like natural bodies? So like a pond. Is the pond curved as well?
Yeah, but slightly to the point you can't even see it. The Earth is that big.
Okay, so I want to know, how do you know that?
Yeah.
So
you can't notice it. If it's not noticeable, how do you even know it to begin?
Yeah, how'd you notice it if it's not noticeable?
So it's a theory. Like I said, everything is a theory. If you think, for me, I believe that we have been to the moon, and there are scientists that have proved. That's my belief.
Oh, so this is a belief system. So this is like a religion, basically.
You could say that, but I don't.
Okay. Yeah, so there's no empirical validation for these things. It's just stuff you believe.
So I'm not really deep. I'm going to tell you I'm an expert in this topic because I'm not. I'm really not.
You don't have to be. That's okay. You don't have to be.
I'm an expert in going outside myself.
I'm not that deep into it because
I'm pretty deep into going outside. I can tell you what I see out there.
So why natural bodies only? How come, say, like a swimming pool, or if like a man-made, sometimes like you'll see a construction site and they'll kind of dig out a spot for water. Why is it just natural bodies of water that curve, not like a bigger, say, a swimming pool?
I can tell you. I genuinely can tell you.
Okay. But would it be fair to like, our position is that the water, no water does that. Ever, period.
At any scale.
So what's the evidence for that? So you could not.
The observation is that. Sorry, the observation is that. That's what you observe.
Yeah, you already agreed that that's the observation because you told us, well, it looks flat. Can't see it curving.
Yeah, because to the bare eye, to the naked eye, you can't see it.
So how do you know it actually is then?
Faith, to be honest. Faith.
I thought so.
Well, that's honest. That's really honest of you, bro. Super honest, dude.
I'm not
like, you got to admit that you've never seen a body of water ever do that.
Nah.
Ever. You're describing this like hill, like a hump of water. Water doesn't do that, bro.
What if I told you that nobody's ever seen it do that?
Yeah, because you can't see it in bare eye.
Then who came up with this idea that it's curved?
From space you can. I believe, and I've
you're not seeing anything from space.
Wait, what do you mean? People in the moon can see it. Like,
that's not a location you can go to.
Is this not like general chat? Or is general?
Live stream voice text you can post in there.
Yeah, here you go.
But look, you gotta understand that the only POV of the Earth that you have is your eyeballs.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
You don't see the Earth from quote space. And like to go to pictures, like, well, I could show you pictures of Bigfoot and be like, well, here's Bigfoot. Like, would you accept that? Probably not. So we're saying that pictures of the globe are like pictures of Bigfoot. They're not. They don't match reality.
Yeah. So I'm generally just trying to get more information about this topic. It's interesting.
Yeah, water rests flat.
If flat Earth is confusing,
yeah,
me and Central were thinking the exact same thing. There, it's like if the word flat Earth confuses people, you could just swap out Earth for water because we're saying the water is flat, all of it. Cups, swimming pools, ponds, lakes, and oceans all do the same thing. They lay flat. So regardless of whether it looks like it or not, you can go and measure it. Of course, if the Earth is a globe, it's supposed to all look the way it does now. But that's why you go and test and measure. You don't just flap your eyelids at the ocean. You can go get a laser or do long distance observations. Test that curvature.
Yeah,
to just look.
The thing that really just like made it a fact for me is the time zone. That just connects, that clicks in my mind. That there's a time zone. The Earth goes around the sun for 364 days.
It's not what you see.
No, bro.
That's not what you see happening.
That would explain time. How do you explain?
Or I give you the example of a clock.
Can I
give you the example of a clock though, because like
clock doesn't.
I don't know.
A big difference between a clock and
no, it's not. No, it's not. Think about it. You literally have time zones. You have 12, 1, 2, 3. Those are the different zones, right?
Okay.
You have two hands. You got your sun and you got your minute hand and your hour hand. You can look at those like the sun and the moon. So as the hour hand goes by each zone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say you live on 5, I live on 7. Oh, we have at one point the hour hand's going to be over you. That's what do they call that? Noon. No, that's
okay.
The sun's above you. That's noon. So it's the same exact way, bro. It works like that, not like clocks aren't spherical.
Wait, so when you see the sun, where do you see it? Do you see it above you, under you? Where do you see it?
Never under you. You can bank on, because there's a lot of things we don't know about the sun, but I think you can bank on, 1, that it's above you always, 2, moving.
Okay, then
whatever it is.
Have you seen the sunset? A sunset, it goes under. It goes under.
Yeah, well, we just say it looks like it's going down, but it's not actually going down. It's just going away from you. Like boats. Cool. They say boats go down over the curve, but we say water isn't curved, so it can't be going down over a hill of water. It's just going away from you, because you can zoom in on the boat and you can zoom in on the sun again.
If it goes away, it would fade away. It wouldn't wait. If it went away from you, it would fade away. But it doesn't make sense that we could only see half of the sun.
Oh, no. First of all, we don't know what the sun is, so you shouldn't be saying what it should or could or would be doing. I don't accept that. No, I don't think you can finish. No, you can't finish, because you're saying, well, the sun should do what I say. No, it shouldn't. Why? We don't. First of all, no one knows what the sun is at all. So you are not the arbiter. You shouldn't be saying it should do this and it should do that. No, you don't know that.
So stop. It sort of sounds like what you're saying is, based on what you see the sun do, it must be vanishing over a curve.
So what do you think the star is?
Well, am I right, though? Did I get that right?
I didn't hear you repeat, please.
It sounds like what you're saying is, based on what you see the sun do, it must be vanishing over a curve.
So, no, what I see is the sun.
Well, am I right, though? Did I get that right?
I didn't hear you repeat, please.
It's just going away from you, because you can zoom in on the boat and you can zoom in on the sun again.
If it goes away, it would fade away.
Not going down.
It wouldn't wait. If it went away from you, it would fade away. But it doesn't make sense that we could only see half of the sun.
Oh no!
And
First of all, we
the other
don't
half
know
we're gonna
what the
see it.
sun
Guys,
is, so you shouldn't be
can I just
saying what it
finish,
should or
please?
could or would be doing. I don't
Guys,
accept that.
finish.
No, I don't think you can finish. No, you can't finish because you're saying, well, the sun should do what I say. No, it shouldn't. Why? We don't. First of all, no one knows what the sun is at all. So
Well,
you are not the arbiter.
It's,
You shouldn't be saying it should do this and it should do that. No, you don't know that. Okay?
So
Stop.
it sort of sounds like what you're saying is based on what you see the sun do, it must be vanishing over a curve.
so what do you think the star is?
Well, am I right though? Did I get that right?
I didn't hear you. Repeat, please.
It sounds like what you're saying is based on what you see the sun do, it must be vanishing over a curve.
So no, what I see is the sun going, like us rotating.
I'm just asking you a yes or no question. Is that what you're saying?
You don't see that. You don't see us.
Yeah, I see that.
So you think it's going over a curve based on what you see it do?
I see it go down. I see us.
Dude, can you just answer the question?
I said yes. Go on. Go on.
Yes, okay, so whoever measured that curve?
I don't know. Just gonna shit up.
Well, this is a critical question. If you're saying the sun is going down, it has to be going down over something, which is called the horizon or the curve. So
Okay.
we argue that the horizon isn't a physical thing for anything to go down over anyway. So that's what he's asking you. Who measured that? But no, you don't observe us rotating. No one observes that.
Well, how do you
the
think
belief.
how do you think the gravitational pull works then?
Not like that's a bit of a subject change, but that.
But it does make sense because a gravitational pull would not work on such like a big surface.
Oh, really? What's
It needs
gravity?
You don't need gravity. You don't need
Gravity pulls you towards the gravitational pull.
What is it?
No, nothing's pulling you
So,
down.
no, because the gravity. What explains there's in the middle of the Earth, there's a gravitational pull that pulls you towards it. Am I right or am I
Middle
wrong?
where?
In the
How
Earth.
do you know what middle? Middle how?
Middle of
Determined
Earth.
by what? What is, that's a cool idea, but it's like the only people have dug into the Earth only like maybe 7 or 8 miles. So who the hell is going to come around and tell me what's 10, 15, 30, 50, 3,000 miles underneath that? Hell no, I don't accept that.
It sounds like you're telling us a story about how things get pulled to the center of a ball Earth.
Then how do you explain gravity?
Well, is that what you're saying or not?
No.
No, you're not saying that things get pulled towards the center of a ball Earth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. Okay, so then that ball Earth must be curving on its surface, right?
I'm saying it's a sphere.
So then sphere has
gravitational
curvature on the surface, right?
What?
Sphere has curvature on the surface, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Earth must be curving on the surface.
Yeah.
Okay, who measured that?
What do you mean who measured that? No one's gonna
who measured that?
Okay, then who said the Earth is flat?
Well,
No,
I don't see any measuring the surface of the Earth.
That's the observation. You yourself admit that it looks flat.
Oh, it looks to the naked eye.
No one needs to say it. Hold on. Yes, that's the point. It's the observation. No one needs to say it. That's what you see.
So you're going off naked eye. That's what you're saying.
No, you're testing the surface, bro. You see flat, even if it was a globe, we'd all see the same thing. So that's why you have to go out and test what the surface is doing. You can't test it by looking up at the sky at eclipses and stuff like that. You have to actually measure the surface of the Earth. And that's why we ask you, who did measure the surface of the Earth to determine that it's curved? The news flash, no one did. So we're here to tell you, we're not claiming the Earth is flat. Just measuring the surface, and that's what it is.
So,
that's like it's hard. It's hard for other people to understand.
Yeah, because how old do you think I am?
Doesn't matter.
You seem like you got head on your shoulders. I mean, you're maybe 20s something.
Nah, I'm 13.
Oh, 20s.
13. No.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy that, but go ahead.
Hey, come on. 2010. I'm still in this.
That's some quick math.
I don't believe that, but it's okay.
I live in the Middle East, so believe it or not.
I don't know. It sounds like your balls dropped a long time ago, but
it's the Arab genes.
I don't know, dude. Gravity pulled your balls down. I don't know. Anyway, but you don't need gravity as well. You brought up gravity. Nothing is pulling you down to the ground. Those are two ideas that people have. Is number one, that they should be floating or flying, which is just goofy to the max. Why would you think that your natural baseline for reality that you should be floating or flying? You're not Goku. We can't fly. Not born with the ability to float. So first of all, nothing needs to prevent you from doing this. So you don't have those abilities. So just take away those ideas. Number one, you can't float, you can't fly. Number two, nothing needs to hold you back from floating or flying because you don't have that ability. So just take them away. And you don't need gravity for any of that at all. If I put my arm up to the sky and point, you put your arm up to the sky and point, we're pointing in the same direction. This is Lew's law. Down is down. It's the same for everybody. The only reason people need gravity is because there's supposed to be some people upside down underneath you. We're all being pulled towards the center. On flat Earth, you don't need that. We're all just standing on the ground. All the same. Point down to the ground. We're all pointing in the same direction.
So I'm going to go back to the point you said. You said it's easy to go to space. You said it's easy, and we have been to space. You said
who the hell said that?
No. You said it's easy.
No one
to go
said
to
that.
space.
We did not say that.
You've seen,
You can't go to a place that doesn't exist. You can't. You cannot travel to Narnia. You can't go to King Kai's planet. Those are fictional locations that you can't travel through reality to arrive to.
The one you think is above all the stars in the sky, everything in the sky. How does that work?
Outer space.
Not outer space.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know because that's what people think it is. They think, well, I see black, therefore outer space. I see stars, therefore outer space. No.
Then if there was no,
because you see black and stars, it doesn't mean outer space.
So you think up above us is there gravity or not above us? If you see that,
no. What do you need gravity for?
So there's no gravity. What are you saying?
No gravity. You don't need gravity for anything.
You defined it as a force that pulls you inwards towards the center of a ball that nobody's seen or measured. So that's just a fairy tale.
So what do you think? How do we go around the sun?
I don't see us doing that.
No, we don't.
How do you think the weather changes? We get close to the sun in summer, and we get further in
Nah,
December.
You got it backwards. The sun comes closer to you.
Is that what you think? You think?
Yeah, that's the observation.
That what you want to describe it from the naked eye? I see the sun go down, and the other part of the earth is daylight. And
but you couldn't point to the curve that you think it goes down over, so it never really goes down. It's still above the earth. It just went away.
If you were at the same speed of the sun, us rotating, you would follow the.
We're rotating.
The sun. Yeah, we're rotating.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
We're not.
Because time zones, like I said, time zones.
Okay, time zones. You just see the sun. You just see the sun move. You just see the sun move. You just see the sun move. You don't see yourself moving. So why are you interpreting it that way?
So the sun moves around us. That's what you think.
Well, that's what we see.
That's what you see.
That just doesn't make sense in my mind, to be honest.
It's exactly what
makes sense to you. That's fine.
And isn't your vision one of your senses? Isn't it like your eyes? That's one of your senses. And what do you see every day? You see the sun moving across the sky, don't you?
What's up, Jimmy?
Okay, that's the naked eye.
The apparent motion, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, your senses, right? You said that doesn't make any sense, but immediately you can admit, and everybody can agree, that with your eyes you can observe the sky moving, don't you?
Not if you look right at it.
Do you? Do you observe the sky moving? Yes or no?
Yeah,
you can't see it.
To the naked eye, yeah. I see clouds moving. Yeah, that's what I see. I see the sun moving.
So how about the sun? Do you see the sun moving with your eyes?
The naked eye, yes.
Yeah, so exactly. You said that doesn't make any sense, but you're using one of your senses, right? Your eye. Turn around and you say, that doesn't make any sense, that the sun is moving. But you can look at it and it's moving. Your senses are telling you that. At least your eyes are. Your observation. So yeah, when you say it doesn't make sense, yeah, you saying that doesn't make sense. Claiming the opposite, saying the opposite of what your eyes are telling you, it will be nonsense.
The opposite of what you sense.
So that's this the gravitational pull. That's the main thing in my mind.
What's that?
The gravitational pull pulls you down. Is that true or not?
No.
It says yes or no.
What's that?
No?
Hell no.
He already told us that gravitational pull is just a pull inwards towards the center of a ball that nobody's seen before. So it's just a cool story.
Then how do you explain gravity? How do you explain?
What do you mean? What gravity? You haven't presented anything.
Explain gravity to me.
Explain what?
Explain more cool story to you.
Dragons.
I already did.
Explain gremlins.
I don't know what that is.
I already explained your cool story.
What is gravity?
What?
My bad, guys.
It's okay.
We don't know what this gravity is you're talking about anyways. So just like goblins and grablins and dragons and demons.
So you
don't have to explain those things because they don't exist.
So you don't believe in gravity?
It's not a belief. Do you believe in... Oh, so you don't believe in dragons?
No, I do not.
Oh, so you don't believe in dinosaurs? Oh, you don't believe in...
I believe in dinosaurs.
Oh, I know you do. But so why don't you believe in unicorns?
Oh, so you don't
why
believe
don't you explain it?
So wait, you don't believe in dinosaurs as well?
We can get into that later. But the point is, you don't have to explain things that aren't really reality. Explain unicorns. Why?
That's fictional. Fictional.
Exactly.
There you go. So explain gravity. It's like, what do you need? What gravity?
So if you went up out of the ozone layer, what would happen? What would happen to someone if they went out of the ozone layer?
You can't leave the Earth. You can't leave reality. You can't poof out of reality and then go outside of it and then take selfies. Just like you can't sit, even if the Earth was a globe and then we went to outer space and then we tried to leave outer space. Can you leave outer space? I don't think so. So in the same way that in your worldview you can't leave it.
Yeah, so think of Earth as the final frontier.
So for that reason, you can't leave. You can't pop out of it. Yeah, so you can't pop out of your reality to like go and take selfies with it from the outside. In the same way, you can't pop out of reality as well to go and leave the ozone layer. You can't leave reality.
Have you seen I can't even speak. Have you ever seen a rocket launch?
Yeah, I did rockets.
Yes,
when I was in Boy
I've
Scouts.
seen many rocket launches.
Stuff in the sky, that's fine. But nothing leaves reality.
Nothing leaves you. So you've seen a rocket leave the ozone layer? Yes or no? With your bare eye?
No,
you've never seen that.
Leave the ground. You've seen a rocket leave the ground.
Yeah, you see the rocket leave the ground and leaves your eye view. You can't see it anymore, and then you turn on the TV and you look at the cartoon stuff. You say, "Look,
there you go.
That rocket that I saw leaving the ground now is in Narnia."
Yeah, that's a TV show, Swaggy. You haven't seen anything go to Narnia in the real world.
Yeah, never seen that, bro. You've seen rockets going up? Sure, me too. I've seen them.
You've seen them?
Yeah. You can't believe.
Where do you think they go when they disappear? Where do you think it happens to them?
Not to Narnia.
Why can't they just go out of your view?
Not to the fantasy land.
See it for yourself.
Well, if it disappears and you can't see where it went, then you don't know.
Right, we'll get to you in just one second.
Yeah, if it disappeared, you didn't see where it went, then you don't know where it went. Why conclude that it went to some hypothetical, outer space thermodynamics violation?
So people have been and came back saying that they've seen it and they've seen everything. Moon launches.
Let's take a look at their claims. Let's get some citations to see if they're any good.
Because anybody can say anything. They can just say whatever they want.
Yeah,
you don't just
that's
go
the
off what
problem.
people say.
Yeah, exactly. People can just say whatever they want to, so let's get some verification.
Wait.
You know, some people tell you, "We've been to the moon. I heard it in the radio."
So
must be facts. Nah, not really.
So you're saying 20 people have been to the moon?
Can 20 people lie? Can 20 people lie?
100%
20 people can't lie, bro.
Wait, 20 people walked on the moon, and you're saying 100% of those people are lying. Is that what
you know, more people admit they've been in the moon in cartoons and movies, right? Have you ever seen like Star Wars or that stuff? And they, you know, they're acting, and you see them walking in the surface of planets and this and that. You don't believe they've been there. You know, it's a cartoon, right? You know, it's like a TV. But then the other guys, the other 20 guys, they tell you, hey, we've been to Narnia, and you just believe it because, you know, they said it is.
Then what about
doesn't have to be this huge entity.
It only takes one person to prove that they went
there. There's
there.
a lot of people that are
one.
just believers.
It only takes one
really
person to go against the laws of nature. That's impossible, bro. You can't go against. You can't lead.
That's right. Yeah. So, what do you think is more? What do you think is more likely, Swagy, that the second law of thermodynamics is false, or that people lie?
I don't even know, because
the laws of nature are false, or people lie. Which one is it?
The first one.
The laws of nature are false. Okay, they must be false because people can't lie.
He just said he doesn't have. Listen, you ask him that question, right? And it's on topic question, but he said he doesn't have any idea what the laws of nature are. So this is
Fair
bad.
enough.
Yeah, bro, I'm not even in high school. So
the thing is, you're making claims that contradict the laws of nature, but because someone told you that they've been to a fantasy place and you believed it, and I mean, it's okay that you believe that, but that's not how things work. Just because someone said that doesn't mean it's true. Because, you know, there is laws that we have to work with. I mean, to follow. And 20 guys went to the moon. Okay, cool story.
That's cool folklore. You never went. You didn't go with them. You can't verify anything that they said. It's just a cool story that's been passed down to you. Meanwhile, water doesn't curve. Gas pressure requires a container. So their story is nonsense on its face that violates the laws of nature.
Ray notes said it takes one guy to prove that someone went to the moon. One guy. That's it.
Still waiting on that one guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying they did. I'm saying, but it only, as you guys got into the numbers game, it only just takes the one, right? If one guy
waiting on him.
Yeah, you're waiting. I'll admit that you're waiting. I'm just saying it doesn't take thousands of people. It just takes one person.
We know.
That's how science works.
I get it, but remember, they're claiming the opposite of the laws of nature. So who should I believe?
Well, when people say things, those are words, right? Those are things people just say. Those are words.
Exactly, Mike. Yeah.
Oh, okay, exactly. And when you articulate the laws of nature, those are comprised of words. Those are just things people wrote down.
Yeah, but you don't have to take my word for it. You can observe it. It's demonstrable.
Well, that might be true, but then you say things like the atmosphere should just fly off into space because it doesn't have a container in the absence of the laws of nature, which say gravity, regardless of what you think its cause is, if you drop something, it falls, including gas particles. They fall.
Gravity is not a phenomenon.
You're saying that I'm not sitting in a chair right now.
Gravity is not a natural phenomenon.
It's not natural. What is it? Supernatural?
No. Explain why I release a balloon and goes up. Where
helium. You're saying gravity. Things go down because gravity. How about helium?
You asked me to explain something. Why, when you let a helium balloon go, it goes up, right?
Why things go down and why things go down go up. Explain that gravity. Explain that gravity.
Well, I can't explain.
You
gravity.
can.
I can
shut up.
No.
If
no,
you
I can
can't
explain
explain
it.
Well,
you're cutting me off. You're just cutting me off.
Yeah, just relax, guys. It's okay.
Swaggy.
Helium is less dense than air, so it's gonna float. That's just science.
Thanks. Density.
And
Okay.
can I finish?
Thanks.
And there was research
density?
done.
Yeah. Density buoyancy.
Research done where someone from Egypt and someone from Cyprus at the same time looked through a telescope, and the person from Egypt could not see the same stars as the person from Cyprus. How does that make sense?
That's cool.
He looked up, he couldn't see the same stars. The same stars because they're not Cyprus, somewhere else. I don't remember.
Okay,
are you saying that? What is he saying about looking to the stars? He's saying that looking at the stars. What?
Yeah, what he's saying, it sounds like to me, is that there must be a curve blocking some stars depending where you are on the face of the Earth. Is that right, Swagy?
No. So what I'm seeing is one person on one side of the Earth, other side of the Earth. They're both looking up.
Doesn't sound like you listened. So are you saying that there's a curve blocking some stars depending where you are on the Earth?
No, I'm saying because space. Do you think space is? There's no limit to space. Space is infinite.
Dude,
you think that?
Dude, it's a yes or no question. Is there a curve? Is there a curve of the Earth blocking some stars depending where you are on the Earth?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, what's the point of your story?
I'm saying because the space is infinitive. Because if you look up. And if you look down from the other side of the world, you look down, you're not looking in the same direction. South Pole, North Pole, they both look up in the same time, you're not going to see the same stars. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Because there's a curve of the Earth, right? So depending where you're standing on that curve, you're going to have a different vantage point looking out into space, right?
Because I'm saying it's opposite sides.
Hey, Swagy, I was talking about gravity. Why you are talking about stars?
Because
you are talking too many things. Don't mix it, okay? You are right. We have density.
Go talk about gravity. Talk about gravity.
Okay,
I was talking about helium balloons.
Hey, Ray, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I was talking to Swagy.
Helium is less dense than air. That's just science.
Just relax, Miguel. It's okay.
Swaggy. And I'm saying you are right. So we have density and buoyancy. Why we need gravity?
Because gravity, there's air and gravity. We need to breathe. We breathe oxygen. We breathe H2O.
Just a second. You said there's density. Why you need gravity? Okay, so if it is density, forget that fairy story about gravity.
Because if it's just density, why doesn't it just go up?
Reynolds, why you are over talking?
So you asked me a question. You asked me a question. Why do we need gravity on Earth?
I was agreeing with you. So we have density. So we don't need you are the one that talk about density. So I accept that. My question is why you need to talk about gravity in fact it is density and buoyancy.
Because can I go back to your first question? You asked me why we need gravity. Can I answer that question?
You said it is density. Why you need other word?
Because we need gravity because the sun keeps the sun's gravity keeps Earth in an orbit around it, keeps us at a comfortable distance so we don't burn. That's the point of gravity.
Wow. So if it is density, let's call it density, not any fairy tale stories, you know. Because density, we can prove it and test it, but that fairy tale about gravity, pulling things to the ground and you know. Things go up because of gravity. Things go down because of gravity. I mean, you see the contradiction.
You could take a cloud. Say you could take smoke. Its density is lighter than air, so it would go up. That's what you say. So, a cloud in the sky. Its density is lighter than air.
Okay, accept it. Why you? Okay, it's density. Yeah, it's proven.
Wait. That analogy, right? I mean, could it not just be that there's wind? I mean, what if you put smoke in a vacuum chamber? Does it sink? I don't know. Or does it just sit there?
If you put a vacuum next to smoke, the vacuum would inhale the smoke.
You see the problem of that ball Earth. You put inside a vacuum chamber, and nothing. It works. Even that ball, it goes down.
So I have a question for you. Why do you think we haven't been like in the middle of the earth? Why do you think that? We've tried to dig down. Why do you think it hasn't worked?
Is ever one went to the center of? To the.
No, and there's a reason for that. Do you know the reason?
Can you go there?
We cannot due to high intense heat.
I don't know why.
Resist that.
That's irrelevant, you know. Why are you talking about? Suddenly you decide to go to go underground. You see the problem. You are mixing many things. I agree with you. It is density. Let's stay with that. We can test it and prove it. But that fairy tale about gravity. Don't you know?
What do you think gravity is exactly? Do you think there's no gravity?
It's your claim. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I think the gravity is the reason we're on this earth. If there was no gravity, we would be floating. Is that true or not?
No. Can you have gas pressure without a container?
No, because it would go. It would like explode.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Awesome. You like a tire, no? You have gas pressure inside the tire because the tire is the container. So.
And that's the ozone layer. The ozone layer contains the gravity and the oxygen.
What?
The ozone layer, it contains the gravity and the oxygen for us to breathe and to inhale.
What the fuck? Ozone layer contains gravity. Define gravity.
Oh my god.
Gravity pulls us down. We need to define gravity.
Gravity pulls us down. That's not really a definition. What is it? Define gravity.
Why the clouds stay there and this gravity doesn't pull those clouds down?
The definition of gravity is a force that attracts a body towards the center of the earth. That's the definition.
Not according to your heliocentric paradigm, it isn't. Hasn't been a force for over 100 years. Heard of Einstein?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. So where can I read your paper debunking him? Because he says it's not a force. It's the bending and warping of space-time.
How do you think?
So how do you know that the bending and warping of space-time is responsible for anything you observe in reality?
So let me go back to the first. You said there's nothing as gravity. Am I right?
I don't know. I don't know.
You said you don't think gravity is real. Am I right or am I wrong?
All I did was ask you questions about it. You're the one who thinks it's real. I haven't said anything in that way.
Yeah, because it doesn't. If you went out of the ozone layer, went into outer space, would you go down?
That's a cool fairy tale.
That's just a fact. And it's been scientifically proven. People have been to space.
That's a fact. You're a fucking moron.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, you're a fucking moron. You don't know what's science. Find natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finish your sentence. I didn't hear shit.
You said gravity was scientific. Which gravity are you talking about?
The gravity. What do you want gravity like? There's only one gravity.
Really? You sure about that?
What do you think?
You're absolutely sure about there's only one gravity. Do you have a citation for that?
Then how do you think?
Yeah, but how do I think? That's not the answer to my question.
No. I'm asking you a question.
You fucking clown.
Fuck you.
So, yeah, you fucking moron. So I'm going to debunk you right now. Can you read what's in live stream voice text at 5 minutes after the hour? You said there's only one gravity. Fucking read that.
Yeah. You think the earth is flat? Don't talk to me. You think the earth is flat? Don't talk to me.
You dumb fuck. Hey, dumb fuck. There's two versions of gravity. Newton and Einstein from NASA. You're debunked.
So you're just gonna say?
So you're debunked. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Back to natural science. What is natural science? Define that.
Bro, I'm 13 years old. What the fuck you want from me?
You're a retard, ain't you?
You're a fucking faggot.
Yeah, you're a retard.
Yeah.
You just got debunked. Mr. One version of gravity? Not according to NASA. You just making shit up.
Yeah.
Put like 15 versions in the chat.
Yeah, okay. So
you just making shit up. Yeah. You fucking clown.
Bro, listen, you're living in
What's scientific evidence?
You're living in the cartoon.
What's scientific evidence, clown fuck?
Cartoon. You're living in a cartoon.
Yeah, I'm living with your sister. You don't know. You don't have any idea what gravity is. You don't know what the scientific method is. You don't know what scientific validation is. You don't know dick. Right? Yeah, right?
Yeah, I know your mom's pussy. How would you
Yeah.
know?
You're a
I
dumb
finished it
fuck.
last night. Dumb fuck.
Yeah. You're finished.
That's cool globe proof.
Yeah. You're done. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
That's
it's muted.
put
I
in
think
the,
Reynolds might be more of age to know about what gravity actually
Fucking
is, right?
Reynolds, he's
Reynolds.
dumber than the other guy is.
I know what ISO means.
Yeah, you don't. What's isotropic mean?
I don't know what you mean when you say you know what ISO means, like the
What-
standardization
what's
organization.
isotropic mean, dumb fuck?
QE tried to tell me what ISO meant.
What's
and
isotropic
he was
mean,
wrong.
dumb fuck?
It means uniform across
Hey,
something, right?
Hey, dumb
it
fuck. Isotropic. That's the prefix. The whole word is isotropic. What's it mean?
Across the medium, right?
Across the Don't ask me what's right. Go ahead and post it. Citation in live stream because we don't trust what the fuck you say.
It's something that has the same property.
What the fuck did I just tell you? Post it in live stream. You are untrustworthy. Anything that comes out of your mouth is fucking horse shit until proven otherwise. So post it in live stream and then discuss it. Isotropic. It is great for the community. Taking a giant dump after I rip your head off and shit down your neck.
Can't post it
got that
because
right.
you blocked my
Fucking
chat.
Ray, you clown, retard. You're gonna post that sometime soon. While we're young.
He can't post it right now.
You blocked me.
While we're young. I didn't block you, you fucking idiot. Post it.
No,
You're not coming off moot.
You can see the chat. You can definitely see the chat, Ray. It's right here. Come on. Right here. You're tagged in the chat. Go ahead, post the citation if you will.
We want to see isotropic. Because you probably forgot what you were looking for.
So I posted in the chat earlier before
Did
I
you?
joined the VC with the citation on not on isotropic but on ethos. So I thought this played a role here.
I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for the meaning of isotropic.
Well, we gotta wait. Oh, here it goes. Adjective physics of an object or substance having a physical property which has the same value when measured in different directions.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I just said.
Yeah, I know. That's one fucking medium. What are two different isotropic mediums?
Two different isotropic mediums.
Yeah, thanks. You're a fucking retard, man.
I'm really hurt.
Well, you're really a
tell.
dumbass. We just exposed that again.
Yeah, because I was wrong where.
Yeah, you were wrong where? Because refraction, you dumb fuck, requires two different isotropic media.
No, it doesn't.
Nuh-uh. Okay, let's post that fucking shit again. Of course, you're going to be shutting up the whole fucking time, right? Better
Just
be. We
wondering
don't want to
here.
hear your dumb ass. So, let's check what refraction is. Nuh-uh was your remark. Yeah? All right. Let's see what we can find.
Did you have something, Kiwi? Because I have no clue why it doesn't or does.
Why what doesn't or does?
Refraction
There you go.
doesn't or does require two media.
Yeah, there you now you fucking know. At 10 minutes after the hour. Want another one?
Hold up. Used to describe the relationship between angles of incidence and refraction when referring to light or waves passing through a boundary between two different isotropic media. So this is from Wikipedia, right?
Yeah.
And who did they say? This hyperphysics?
Well, that's the second definition of it.
Okay. They must have cited somebody, right?
Yeah, they cited themselves.
Yeah, so that's bullshit, right?
No, it's bullshit. Really? How so, fuckwit?
Citing yourself?
Citing yourself. They're hyperphysics. It's Georgia State University, you idiot.
Wikipedia is Georgia State University?
No, Georgia State's Georgia State. Wikipedia is Wikipedia.
That's what I was talking about, not Georgia State.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about Georgia State now, since you don't take Wikipedia, which I can understand. I'm tracking with it. Do you understand what two media are? And a boundary and a fucking interface. Do we have that in the fairy tale atmosphere?
I think I do, but
you think you do, right? Boy, that's reassuring. Could you tell us how so? You know the gas.
No, I won't, because
you know the gases don't have surfaces. You fucking retard. So how can you have an interface?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Go back to primary school. Back to Ray Notes, dumb fuck. Yo, dumb fuck. Hello. Isotropic. Do you see what's on Snell's law?
I posted it in
diagram. Shut the fuck up. Do you see the interface?
Read
we
what
remember
I wrote.
We went through this the night before. I posted
you were
the
wrong.
formula.
The night
you
before.
talked through me, you fucking piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. I'm done with you. Come back here when I'm not here. You can talk to other people that entertain your retard shit. Your fucking Elmer Fudd sophistry. That's all you got. Where you fucking train wreck yourself with every other statement. We'll go back to CRAZYCASON. Hey, Holmes. Were you the one that was talking about gravity before?
I don't know who that was. Some Swagy. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't you. Do you have any scientific evidence for your spinning ball space monkey religion?
Can you explain why you called me a spinny ball space monkey religious
Can you tell
member?
me why'd you called me? Or are you sensitive? I didn't call you that. I said for your religion.
You claimed I have a religion.
You claimed I have a... Yes, you do. Do you know what religion is?
I mean, I never claimed to believe that the Earth is a spinning ball space monkey. That sounds like
really?
a belief about that.
Oh, you're not a spinning ball space monkey?
And I don't believe in spinning ball.
You don't believe?
Space
So you're not
monkeys
a balltard?
Ballpark?
Balltard.
Balltard. Ah, sure. Yeah, sure.
So you're a spinning ball space monkey religion believer? Yes. So that the answer to the question is yes. So back again. Let's go over what religion is so we can establish it, because it's connected to my question. Do you have any scientific evidence for your spinning ball space monkey religion? And what's a religion?
Well, still,
I'm sorry.
It's still not my religion. So
I'm sorry. That's too much. Let's go back to what religion is. Define religion.
I mean, you used it in a sentence, right? So you should define it, not me.
Belief without evidence, which is connected to my next query, which I've asked 3 times that you've been feebly diverting from. Please provide one shred of scientific evidence for your spinning ball space monkey religion. Now, until you provide,
and I'm not claiming any evidence of.
I know you have a problem. You just diarrhea of the mouth, right? So it's a religion because you have yet to provide any evidence for it. Now, once you provide evidence for it, then it's not a fucking religion. Do you follow that logic?
I do, but if I don't believe it, then it's not my religion.
I don't believe you said, yeah, you do believe it because you don't have any scientific evidence for it.
If I claim the Earth is flat, you say I still believe
the Earth is flat. What is? Can you please provide? You're already guilty. Do you know why? You don't. You're a dumb bastard, right? What you should have told me immediately what you should have said immediately to my query, scientific evidence for the spinning ball or the spheritard, right? What you should have said that QE, that's a malformed question because scientific evidence, that is natural science, only deals with cause and effect relationships. It doesn't establish the what is or shape questions. So you're already compromised there, sunshine. How you like that?
I could
Goodbye.
also say you're
Fuck off. How about that? That'll be the end of that. Mr. Yeah, Swagy's back. I don't think so, Sunshine.
He can't seem to concentrate long enough to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Jumps all over the place.
Yep. Let's see if Crazy Con has fucking assimilated that information I just gave him. Yeah. Why didn't you say QE? That's a malformed question.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I didn't have the same explanation, but
No,
or say it in
you
the
didn't
same
say
way.
it. You didn't say it. No, you didn't.
By analogy, sure.
No,
I
you
said
didn't.
that
You didn't have a fucking analogy. It's not analogy worthy. You should have said QE. That's a malformed question, dumb fuck. My God. What are you, some type of Elmer Fudd fucking retard sophist?
Can I say only one short?
What?
He didn't have analogy and he didn't say that.
No
Only that.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you delusional, Crazy Cason? You didn't do any of those things. Meaning you're a pretender clown. You're a fraud. You shouldn't be in this discussion. Maybe whose favorite color is the best or fucking sewing forms. Maybe that's more your speed.
Is there a reason that you are?
Yeah, because you're a pretender clown fraud. Yeah, that's the reason. That's why you're feeling the wrath. That's exactly. Do you got the reason why? Yeah.
No, the reason you. Let me ask the whole question. A reason why to what? Because I didn't get that far.
Go ahead, get that far. Hurry up.
Yeah, a reason why you're hot on the.
Shut the fuck up. The reason why I'm hot, God made me that way. There you go. There's an answer to your fuckwit question. What? Let's try this. Let's start off with your ABCs because we got to start out the foundation. Please recite your ABCs. I don't think you could fucking do it. Go ahead. We're all waiting.
Just you waiting.
No, that's all of us are waiting. They're well aware of this tactic. And how do you presume what everyone else fucking knows? You got like special Evo mind powers or something?
Same goes to you.
Yeah, same goes. Well, I know these people in here. I'm familiar with them. You don't know them.
Been here a few times.
Oh, a few times. I've been in here for 6 fucking years. Let's start off. What is natural science? Let's evaluate your science acumen. Yeah. Let's start there. What is natural science?
Let me get the citation first.
Please.
Everything what has ology on the end.
Check, mic check. Oh, there we go.
It's incorrect right off the bat.
I'm detecting some salt from the chat.
They're not concerned with descriptions. You're the one that you just parroted.
Hear me
You said
okay?
natural
What's up,
science.
Kiwi?
Just relax, Creation Bear. 1 second. Or do you got some admin issue?
I think he's probably lagging or something. I don't think he hears you.
Yeah, well, I think I'm lagging. It's probably me. But what's going on, Ray in the chat? Rating in a little bit of salt is okay. Is it okay? As soon as I left, it popped off. So
CB, are you hearing
Creation Bear? Just hold on a
No,
second. We're in a
drop out,
discussion.
rejoin.
Yeah. CRAZYCASON. So you got this definitions of natural science, right? Archived from where the fuck was it? youpeople.edu? Okay.
There he is.
Natural science is one of the branches of science that's redundant. Number one, concerned with description. Natural science isn't concerned with descriptions at all. Understanding.
University of the People, maybe. This is a BS.
UOP, yeah, whatever. Well, it's not about descriptions at all. That's what is questions. Understanding and prediction, not predicting natural phenomena. That's incorrect. Let's try this one. Let's go with Oxford Dictionary so we're on the same fucking sheet of music. So natural science is the intellectual and practical activity encompassing a systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experimentation. We agree with that? Your definition is all kind of fucked up.
I'm just trying to get the link you have that's diverting me to their homepage. Trying to get the.
It doesn't. It's Oxford Dictionary's definition. It's fucking pretty encompassing, I think. It pretty much states what it is. Yeah. I just wanted you to notice the end part where it said observation and experiment. Yeah. You got that part?
Yeah, that came on mine too, based on empirical evidence.
Yeah, that came at the end of a clusterfuck that everything was wrong before it. But yeah, it did. Yeah, you're right. You got 1/3 of it right, meaning you got it fucking wrong. Or whoever you parroted got it wrong. My question is, can natural science be conducted without experiment? You want me to say it again?
Well, look, I mean, I went to Oxford English Dictionary. It seems like they have a different definition than yours.
Yeah, sure. It's not mine. It's Oxford Dictionary's. The fucking link's right there.
I've put my link. It actually goes to the site.
Can natural science be conducted without experiment? Is my question.
I don't think so. Because you need empiricism.
Right. So natural science can't be conducted without experiment. That's a good fucking job. That's the right answer. So my question is, paleontology, anthropology, archaeology, geology, evolutionary biology, whatever the fuck that is, and yes, I'm still laughing, astronomy, cosmology, and astrophysics, can they conduct experiments?
Astrophysics, like you could measure where planets are.
No, I'm not talking about measurements. I'm talking about experiments. Maybe we have to go into what an experiment is.
You need a controlled variable. So I mean,
you need a lot more than that, Sunshine.
You could take a measurement, but yeah, not everything's controlled.
Measurement's not a fucking. Do you know? Okay, what are the key ingredients of the scientific method? That's not a good question. Nah. Don't give him that yet. Can you have an experiment without a hypothesis?
Don't think so.
You don't think so. So you need a hypothesis. Do you know what a hypothesis is? If you don't, just say
best guess.
No, it's incomplete. It's not a best guess. If I guess your weight, you weigh 245 kilos. Is that a hypothesis? No. So it's not a best guess.
Hell no.
So what's a hypothesis? All right, so let's try this. At 27 minutes after the hour, from Colorado State, scientific hypothesis, a special kind of prediction that forecasts how the independent variable will affect the dependent variable. That's backed up by Colorado State, Long Beach, 2 variables, cause and effect statement, independent variable, dependent variable, and then from Kristen McClellan, The Nature of Science and the Scientific Method, from the Geological Society of America, fucking pseudoscientists. They can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. They tell you that a hypothesis is a prediction, right? These are all echoing each other. That needs a dependent variable and independent variable. So you say in astrophysics can perform experiments. Can you post in the entire history, I'm going to give you 3 of them. Astronomy, cosmology, and astrophysics, in their entire history, one single viable scientific hypothesis. And if you can, please post it down here. It could take you a few minutes, and that's fine. I'll give you a couple minutes to get. You can go look for it. You don't have to know right off the bat. But all I need, not the experiment. I just want a viable hypothesis so we can get to the experiment. Those 3 disciplines, please.
I'm pretty slow here. I'm still reading your
Okay.
27 after the hour.
Okay.
I think this is important, right? There should be no other variables in the experiment that may affect the dependent variable.
Correct. That's why you only have one independent variable. So what I'm searching for is one viable scientific hypothesis that contains an independent variable and a dependent variable. Just a simple statement in any one of those disciplines, ever. You know why I'm asking that? Because of what Sean Carroll said at 30 minutes after the hour from nature.com, the most prestigious quote unquote science journal in the entire fucking world. California Institute of Technology physicist Sean Carroll arguing in The Edge that hypotheses aren't simply useful tools in some potentially outmoded vision of science. They're the whole fucking point. Meaning that to be natural science, you have to be able to construct viable scientific hypotheses. So my question again, it's not a hurry, is please post one viable scientific hypothesis in the entire history of astronomy, cosmology, or astrophysics, confirming that they're actual natural sciences. You follow my train of thought there?
Not how it's a question, though.
Say again?
Not how that's a question.
Not how what's a question?
So please post one. It sounds like a demand or a request.
It is a request. You have to post one to prove that those 3 disciplines are natural science. They have to have one. At least one. You'd figure they'd have thousands in their entire history. I'm just asking for one in one of their entire histories. I think that's pretty fucking reasonable. Don't you?
Yeah, I mean, currently I don't have one. And Off the top of my head, I don't know of one.
I don't want you to get one off the top of your head. You're not going to think of one if you're not an astronomer, an astrophysicist, or a cosmologist. You're not going to have that at the top of your head. You can go find one though. That's why I said take your time. Should be easy. Just post in Google hypothesis in astronomy or hypothesis in astrophysics or hypothesis in cosmology. Should be easy. You should be overwhelmed with millions of fucking hits.
Yeah, but I'm slow.
You're
not
slow.
you, man. Not you. Experiments, like a million of experiments.
Not experiments, Sasha. Stay out of this.
Yeah, hypothesis.
You're not. Is your Google? Do you have a good connection?
No, it's just I'm trying to keep up. There's so much going on in the chat.
Don't look at fucking chat.
Conversation's got like five different things in the background, and I'm only able to keep up with one of them.
Just focus on, listen to the words, all right, my brother. Listen to it, have a conversation. We'll be in the chat, holler in, so always go back and find us in the chat. So just focus on the convo for now.
Tell that woman what is behind it that come later.
So what's the hypothesis from natural science? Is this it, or am I looking for independent dependent variable?
I want not the hypothesis. That's non sequitur. I want a single viable scientific hypothesis from either one of those disciplines: astronomy, cosmology, or astrophysics. They would have to if anything you post, it better have a viable independent and dependent variable in it, because we just went over that's what a scientific hypothesis is.
So I got DuckDuckGo, so the results are slower too.
That's
Not
fine.
as good, but some privacy here.
That's fine. Take your time.
And just for context, I searched a hypothesis from natural science.
No, not from natural science. A hypothesis from cosmology, astronomy, or astrophysics. I'm going to have to go for about 5 minutes. So you got 5 minutes, you're clear? Right? Now, if you post it in here, no, just take your time is what I'm saying. I'm sure Heretic can take over while I'm gone.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'll be back and then we can evaluate. You got to find there's something out. There's got to be something out there if they're natural sciences, right?
Maybe I have to go to Google.
Yeah, that's fine.
Shit.
I'll be back and give me 5 minutes, man.
All right. I was a bit in and out there. Where were we?
Wrap up, I'm Googling maybe you guys can help too, because right now I'm not finding anything. This is the topic. I put it in the chat. We're trying to find a hypothesis from cosmology, astronomy, or astrophysics.
Yes, we are looking for one of those still.
Yeah, all I get is definitions of what they are.
Sort of a goose chase. We're sending you. Often you might find yourself sent on a wild goose chase looking for something that isn't there.
No, I figured as much. I figured that.
I could just tell you and rip the band-aid off and say it's not there. But it's almost better for a fool to persist in his folly, and then he may become wise.
Well, no, I wanted to get at least somebody that claimed to have one, right?
Right, to claim to have one. I think the idea, though, is that it's an exercise in demonstrating that these are pseudosciences.
CRAZYCASON, do you know that everyone who made experiments, real scientist, who is, like, for example, some chemist or biochemist or some real scientist, they know that all these things what you are looking now for, that is not science. You know that. The people who made experiments, they know that astrology and all that stuff is pseudoscience. Do you know that?
Astrology for sure.
Do you know that some chemist who made experiment, he knows that some geologist or some or some how is the name? Uh, wait, just a second because it's in English.
Michio Kaku.
This is the closest thing I got.
Anthropology. Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Cosmological tests of the hypothesis of dark matter as bound neutrinos. I think this. I'm trying to see if it's got the.
What kind of shit is that? I'm telling you this. Do you know that every scientist who made experiments, with empirical experiment, know that astronomy and all that stuff is pseudoscience? Do you know that?
I don't know that, but it's.
Oh, I'm telling you that from good sources, from scientists. You know, scientists told me that all these techniques are pseudoscience, that it has nothing to do with the science. That real scientists told me.
Science has become one of those terms people wear. Like, you know, when you go to Whole Foods, maybe you have a dispensary or whatever. Like, you go there and they'll wear like a jacket or they'll have a lanyard and with a bunch of pins on it. And like what people do nowadays, they'll wear a pin called science. They treat it like a Boy Scout badge or a pin they wear on their apron when they're clocked in. Science is a method, something very specific. Nowadays, people just throw the word around willy nilly. Oh, I proved this with science. We did this with science. Science this. Science says. They just throw the word around super loose. And so that's something I've come to learn is that it's something very specific. It's not a badge you just wear on your jean jacket when you go to the grocery store. It doesn't work like that.
Do they
I trust science.
Yeah, exactly. They're just trying to feign credibility where there isn't any. Do they have a viable dependent and independent variable in this paper that you provided?
I'm still trying to get the hypothesis out of it.
Yeah, me too. I skimmed it, didn't see it. It's sort of like CB is saying, like they're saying they have a hypothesis, then you look for it, and where is it? Oh boy, ADD guy is back.
Yeah.
Swagy, I did unmute you, but was he the one saying fuck you and stuff? I think, right?
What?
He got really triggered by QE, and he can't seem to stay on point at all every single time we ask him something.
So listen, Swagy, I'm taking the Swaggy, I'm taking the bullet for you, okay? I unmuted you so you can have control over your mic whenever you want to actually talk with people in here and have a back and forward conversation. But if you start like fuck you and interrupt the conversation and let's just 1 second. If you want to say something, just wait for the other person to finish, say what you gotta say, answer the questions, right? Back and forward. But remember, if you don't do that, you're just gonna get muted. I just want to unmute you again if you get muted for silly reasons, okay? So for now, if you don't got anything to say, just mute yourself and wait whenever you have a question. Go ahead.
Are you using my rollback? Yeah, okay. Wait, I'm on a phone call. I'll be back. Wait.
Is he hot micing or talking to us? I can't even tell.
I'm not sure. That was a good message there from Gemsy. I hope he caught that. But maybe he'll just be back. But you get what you put out. Look at this crazy Kason. I'm not seeing him get muted. I see other people come through and have the QE quote experience. They don't get muted. So it's like it's you, man.
Hey, I've spoken to CRAZYCASON many times. He's super cool. Everything is cool with him. It's just that obviously when QE has some specific questions, he wants to keep it very hyper specific, and sometimes not even I can have that conversation. So it's all good.
I just wanted to know though, because I haven't quite caught it. Kason, what is your position on what the Earth is?
We talked about it, I don't think 2 days back, and I can't draw a conclusion from any evidence that the Earth is this or that. So.
Okay, can we get back? Sorry, I'm back. Can I?
Oh, I'm
jump
sorry
in
that
here?
you're back.
Hey, there he is.
You're sorry that I'm back. That's a good one. So you did post something in here, cosmological test of the hypothesis of dark matter. This is going to be a lot of fun. Can you print out the hypothesis, please? This is a whole reference. Can you peel out the hypothesis for us?
So I'll put. It's unclear right now. I've been trying to find a specific hypothesis, but this is the closest I've got.
The
Section 3 applies the hypothesis to neutrinos, but it's like referencing the hypothesis without stating it.
Yeah, that's not the hypothesis. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did the observed phenomenon take place in the early universe?
Well, who are they, Doc Brown?
Yeah.
I think they define it as a theory. They say the theory is anomaly free and normalizable.
Nope. That's horseshit. You don't know what a scientific theory is either. Do you have a science background? Natural science background?
Mathematics.
Yeah, that's not science. So you don't know what a scientific theory is. You didn't know what a scientific hypothesis was. So this is kind of academic and like an exercise in futility here. Let me just summarize. You will never, ever find a scientific hypothesis in the following disciplines that call themselves science. You know, when you walk into university, they have the like ivory archway that says science. And when we walk through the archway, right, you see paleontology, anthropology, archaeology, geology, evolutionary biology. Yes, I'm still laughing. Whatever the fuck that is. Cosmology, astronomy, astrophysics, you know, and well, obviously theoretical physics. That's there's no experiments there. But in all the other ones, they will never be able to post a single scientific hypothesis in those disciplines in their entire history, not a single one. So my question is, how the fuck can they be natural sciences and not follow the scientific method? Answer, they can't. They're pseudoscience religions, each and every single one of them, demonstrably, by definition. That's my point. That was my whole point.
Together with the carbo dating.
Yep. So there you go. That's all I wanted to point. You know, I don't want to, hog the whole. Thank you. I'll be in the area all week. I want to thank all my friends. I want to thank my mom for having me. That's I don't want to. I don't want to take over. I don't want to take over the discussion and let somebody else go. So there you go. That's all I had.
It is a good point, though. I had to make this point today. Someone was like, I studied astrophysics in college.
Conclusion, believe it or not.
My response was like, it's not even a science. So that's an important point.
I think, who was it? Notes was saying something about replying to what Kiwi said. Go ahead.
I was just saying that his summation there at the very end, I actually kind of agree with that. I mean, if you can't test it, make a prediction and test it, and then see that the prediction comes true, how can you even call it a theory? How does it elevate itself to the level of a scientific theory? You have to be able to test it first. So, the disciplines he enumerated there, I don't know that they've ever performed a hypothesis and proved any of those things.
Said. Yeah, that's another word we'll just throw around, theory. Well, you don't get a theory unless you've got through the hypothesis test first. So, yeah, that's just people just throw around.
And it has to be a valid hypothesis. So forgive me, bro. To that point, it has to be.
Go ahead.
It's not going to be like something, in Narnia land, I have a hypothesis that the lion talks to the witch because he has like an iPhone hidden in his fur and he's translating and the iPhone is the one talking, right? You can't have that type of hypothesis.
But he doesn't need to worry about science, because he said that he's good in math. If he's good in math, that means geometry. Man, you can realize that in geometry you don't need to know anything about science, making an experiment. If you know math, yeah, man, you will realize everything in 1 second.
Yeah, you can do things like 4 and 5 dimensional shapes and mathematical geometry, but
Yeah, because you have sphere in the math. That's geometrical object and has the radius and drop over distance. And then you check that, and if you have dimension of the sphere, even it's easier. Yep, that's all.
I want to check on the new people real quick. Anybody has any question related to the topic of the server? We have criminal listening in the chat. If you have any questions, let me know. Might bring you up to the VC and you can ask the panel. Just reply to me in the text if you like to speak in this VC. Go ahead, guys.
what's the topic? I mean, tonight. I know the general topic, obviously.
How to use science and to change sea level.
I mean, like change sea level, like tides, or why is the sea level and not curved?
Whatever, however you want. How to sea level? What to do with sea level?
I would say that water seeks low ground, right? So in the popular model, there's a globe. Gravity points towards the center. All the water's going to just float in that direction. Is that what you mean, or not what you're talking
Hold
about?
on, gravity. Which gravity are you talking about?
And there is
Just
no center.
the thing that makes us feel like stuff goes downward.
No, not all stuff goes downward. I'll release a helium balloon.
Well, the air goes down around it, right?
Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah, right. I want you to define gravity with citation, please, and then I want you to scientifically validate it. Not you.
I was saying it feels like things go down.
Not you personally. We don't care about what feels and shit. We're talking about science, empirical data. Now, I don't mean for you to do it, but you can go find the scientific evidence for gravity, right?
I've never seen one. I mean, I've never seen an explanation for gravity. Maybe is it the Higgs boson particle? I mean, mystical, magical stuff. But I've never seen a.
Did you say anything?
Hold on a second, Sasha. You appealed to it, Ray,
because we experience it.
Yeah. So we experienced something that you never had explained to you. Lovely.
Yeah, like a caveman experiences fire, but doesn't really have any idea what it is.
We're going to need a little bit more cowbell. I need you to define gravity, which one you're talking about, and then I need the scientific validation, because this is science, right?
Well, we're talking about the way things are.
No, I'm talking about natural science and validating gravity, which is supposedly physics.
We're just talking about the nature of reality.
Yeah, the nature of reality, fucking physics.
Well, physics is a science.
Oh my. Okay, Ray, if you don't mind, you're a fucking retard, and you're going to go on mute for right now. Because I'm not dealing with Elmer Fudd sophistry. You better get your fucking act together before I fucking mule kick your dumb ass. I'm not playing any fucking reindeer games. You got me, sunshine. Now, I've given you a number of chances, but you fucked them all up. You better get your ass in gear. When I'm around, I don't know. These people might entertain your dumb ass, but I'm not going to. Maybe a stepwise process, maybe in another 18,000 months, we can have a conversation. For now, we can't. Just shut the fuck up. You're a dumbass. Elmer Fudd sophist, fuckwit. Demonstrated over and over and over again. By me personally. I took time out, 45 minutes a whole fucking day, yesterday in the evening, to fucking Just expose your dumbass, and all you said, I don't know what I thought is. The fuck out of here. Go back to primary school. You fucking half a sissy. CRAZYCASON. You said you got a mathematics degree, right? Or you study mathematics?
Yeah, I got a degree in it, yeah.
Okay, so you understand geometry, correct?
Yeah, I mean, understand it. I have background in it, sure.
Listen, I'm not going to ask you any fucking crazy questions about geometry and stuff, man. Just relax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the #1 flat Earth proof. You ready?
I think I've heard it, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. So here it goes. This is real easy. You've heard of celestial navigation before, correct?
Is this, I mean, I've heard the word, but the definition, I assume, is like tracking stars or
Yeah,
things
celestial
in the sky.
navigation. They've been using it for past couple centuries. What they use is certain stars, not all the stars. I think there's about 67 of them, if I'm not mistaken. It's around there that you can use to successfully find your position on Earth. Okay? And what they use, we're talking about a marine sextant. We're not talking about aviation bubble sextants. Let's just stick with marine sextants. You're on a boat. You don't have to be in the Navy or anything. You're on a boat, and all of a sudden there comes a storm, and you're thrown off, where you think that you are, right? So celestial navigation allows you to acquire your position if you know some of the attributes of the discipline of celestial navigation. Are you aware of that?
I assume time. Oh man, I think time, because you need to know something about time.
Yeah, you do. Don't worry about it. We're not going to get into the mundane details later on. We're just on the surface for right now. You understand?
And you assume that the stars are always kind of relative to each other. If you look up one day,
don't go there. Don't go there yet. Don't go there yet. All we're establishing now is that the stars, certain stars, can be used to ascertain your location using a sextant.
a sextant, that's some sort of device, right?
Yes. A sextant is a tool for measuring the angular altitude, that is, the elevation angle of a star above the horizon. You need citation for that?
No, that seems consistent with what I've heard in the past.
Okay. Do you know what an elevation angle is? If you don't know, don't.
I do. That I do. No.
You do know. Okay. What's an elevation angle?
So you have a reference plane?
A reference plane?
So something that you take as flat.
And what are you taking as flat?
Well, in the example, the horizon.
Okay.
You have an observer, which would be the user of the sextant, and you have an object. So this elevation angle is then the angle at the vertice of the observer when you form a triangle between.
Okay. So we can go with the exact definitions at 55 minutes after the hour. Sorry to dominate the conversation again. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. So at 55 minutes after the hour, I have from radar tutorial and IGCSE angles of elevation. So elevation angle is the angle between the horizontal plane and the line of sight measured in the vertical plane. Yes? Good?
Yeah, that's where I was trying to get, I guess.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Can you get an elevation angle off a curved adjacent?
If I could just change the topic for a second. So.
Fuck no, you won't.
I was trying to respond. I was just thinking first. So, I mean, if you can make the assumption that the curved space is relatively flat. I mean, but a precise elevation angle would require that it is indeed horizontal, right?
Welcome to Flat Earth. Snacks are in the back, bathrooms on the left. DJ spinning request. Smoke him if you fucking got him. It's as easy as that. You can't have right triangles on the surface of a sphere. Can't do it. You know the definition of a triangle, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. It's over. I know that sounds crazy to you, CRAZYCASON, but it's that fucking simple. It's over. I'm sorry.
What? Oh, it sounds great. Sorry, what sounds crazy? That we can't have right triangles without a line?
Yeah.
No, that's basic
can't.
mathematics.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Prosecution rests. Although I wasn't prosecuting you, CRAZYCASON, I was just making a point. It's for all the other idiot baltards. Simple geometry.
Well, he said he has a degree on certain mathematics, and so I guess he's like a witness actually in the case.
Well, there's nothing he could say. I mean, if you say a curved adjacent to a mathematician, he's going to look at you like you got 35 fucking thousand heads. Rightfully so, because it's an oxymoron. It's a paradox. It's a married bachelor. You can't have. It's like dividing by zero. It's undefined. You can't do it. So it's over. It's just over. It's not only over with celestial navigation. You can't obtain an elevation angle off the surface of the Earth on a sphere. That's any elevation angle. You must deny, as a baltard, as a sphere believer. I'll try to keep it clean, CRAZYCASON. Not you specifically. You must deny, as a globe believer, the very existence of any elevation angle measurement device. Any of them. It's just as simple as that. And many people say, wow, is it that simple to debunk the sphere? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's how easy it is. Yes. Yeah. All right. I'm done dominating the conversation.
So
Oh, you want to continue?
No, I'm just I'm trying. Yeah, I guess you could say that. But you could propose an elevation angle, right, within a certain tolerance. I'm just thinking. Say I'm doing a measurement on my driveway. It's not perfectly flat, but you could say that the elevation angle is within plus or minus a degree.
We're not talking about driveways. We're talking about 5,400 fucking miles.
Right, but then your window of error is just much larger.
Well, you can't obtain any elevation angle off a curve. Can you have a curved adjacent?
What was it saying? My head's going.
Yeah, curved adjacent.
54,000. There was a saying you had for if you said that to a mathematician.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's exactly right. You'd say, "What the fuck?" Yeah, exactly.
But I can if I believe in fairy tales.
No, you can't. No, we're not talking about fairy tales. We're talking about actual reality. These people do this for a living. You got professional navigators in the Navy, and if you're a fucking sailor or a boat enthusiast, your ass better have you some acumen with celestial navigation. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's all over with right angle triangles. and elevation angles, because that's what an elevation angle is. Yep. You listening to this, Jaren, you fucking retard. Hanoi Jaren, are you listening closely? Dumb fuck. That's all I got. Like I said, I don't want to dominate the conversation, so I'm going to probably... I just have this knack for dominating conversations, so I'll leave you guys, because that's the only way it's going to... That me not dominating the conversation is going to fucking happen. Yeah. You all agreed I should take my leave?
Is it
I don't mind.
just here
Yeah,
that you
I
have
need
that?
some
You have that
entertainment
now?
at work. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Crazy Case on there.
Is it just here? I don't, because I feel like it'd be hard to go through life dominating everywhere.
I don't dominate everywhere, no. Just mainly in this topic and genre, science, geography, those types of things.
And
Not in
bows
everything,
and
no.
arrows, he dominates there.
I'm not an expert just yet in those, but in subjects that that I have an expertise in, I tend to dominate. Yep.
QE, can I say something?
I am aware of my surroundings there, Crazy Kaison, and I know my limitations. Go ahead, Sasha.
Okay. I was listening today that Thursday passed. Great. Now it's freedom. The guy, the showman guy, asked this question to our Nathan. Like, can you give me another example of that science proves something, but don't tell me about boiling water and don't speak me about vitamin C. And that was like okay. And I stopped in that moment to listen, and I went to my wife and I asked her the same question, and she told me this. Yeah, there are thousands of examples.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said, what? And she said, every acid, every alcohol, like millions in genetics, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Okay. And I said, okay, thank you very much. That was like, oh my God, thank you, my wife, thank you, my love.
Yeah, there's millions of scientific hypotheses. That was only, if he did that, that was just a fucking idiot diversion attempt. Feeble.
Yeah.
From a moron.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's hundreds of thousands of hypotheses. But he only needed 2 to expose Hanoi Jaren. Right? Because it was heat will cause water to boil. Somebody was talking about vitamin C, so I'm figuring vitamin C came up.
What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.